How pathetic can some people be?
Thinking about this, though, what do you think the employee discount is? At the dollar store. Do you think it's just take it? I don't know if you guys are afraid of identity theft, but I just went out and bought a paper shredder. Yeah. I love it. Shred everything, receipts, the manual. I love that the paper shredder came with a manual, because that's the first to go.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
You ever think of if you were stuck in a 7-Eleven and stuff went down, what you would use as a weapon?
What do you mean stuff went down? Like it got robbed or something?
Man, who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Car comes through the front door.
Okay.
Somebody attacks you in a 7-Eleven, maybe. And what would you use as the weapon?
Probably nacho cheese sauce if I tried to throw it in their face.
Very good. Then you have something in common with today's dumbass. The lovely Stephanie Hicks of Melbourne, Florida, is facing battery charges after allegedly throwing a cup full of hot nacho cheese.
Oh, really?
At a 7-Eleven worker with whom she had quarreled with. This happened at about 1 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. They found, when the police arrived, they found the store clerk, Anne-Marie Laflamme, with yellow nacho cheese on her hands, her foot, and on the floor behind the register. Stephanie Hicks threw the nacho cheese and a sandwich for good measure. You're like, take this nacho cheese. I'm going to hit you with the sandwich. The 1-2, as I like to call it when I go to 7-Eleven. If you could get the sandwich with the nacho cheese, dip it in there.
These workers that work the late hours at 7-Elevens really deserve like a Medal of Honor.
I don't care. I don't care.
Seriously, they should be in a cage.
I don't care if they're making $150,000 a year. They're still underpaid, okay?
And they're not. They're probably making like 35.
You work at the graveyard shift at 7-Eleven, and you are underpaid. It's like teachers. No matter what they're getting paid, they're underpaid. There's certain lines of work that people are underpaid. Pharmaceutical reps, not underpaid. They're way overpaid. 7-Eleven graveyard guys, gals, they are underpaid, okay? LaFemme told cops that she'd asked Hicks not to open the dispenser of the nacho cheese. It's a big bone of contention. I'm waiting for people like Stephanie Hicks to ruin nacho cheese at a 7-Eleven for all of us, okay? Because pretty soon, stuff like this, 7-Eleven, the powers to be, they're going to say, fine. You guys don't know how to behave yourselves with the nacho cheese? We're taking the nacho cheese away from you.
And then they're going to take the chili. Oh, the chili and the cheese are my favorites.
They said, don't open. She said, don't open that dispenser because she was going to open it up and stir it around because sometimes it gets clogged up, you know, that little pump.
The pump, yeah, sure.
The pump gets clogged up. And that made Stephanie Hicks irate. And it resulted in an escalation of name calling. Stephanie Hicks started calling the worker, what was her name? Again, Anne-Marie Laflamme. All kinds of different names.
See, that's when she should be able to pull out her taser or her pepper spray and douse this chick.
Fully armed graveyard employees at 7-Eleven. That's a better world to live in, isn't it? When Hicks went up to pay for her food, that's when Anne-Marie Laflamme took it to the next level. And she said, sorry, you can't buy anything here. You're not going to walk away with any food because you weren't listening to me.
She's asking for it then.
Hicks.
But there are rules, even at 7-Eleven.
Hicks allegedly responded by striking Laflamme with the hot nacho cheese and the sandwich.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do if I was intoxicated like I'm sure Hicks was. What time did this happen? This was pretty late.
You know what she said when she threw the stuff at her? Yeah, it was 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what she said when she threw the stuff at her?
Hi-ya!
No,
I don't know.
This is classic.
I don't know what you do. I don't know the noise you make when you throw nacho cheese at someone.
She said, the customer's always right.
Hot cheese in the face.
Hicks told police when they arrived at the scene. God, I want to keep saying arrived. When they arrived at the scene, that she started to have an attitude with her. She was arrested for misdemeanor battery for willfully and intentionally throwing hot cheese and a sandwich at LaFlamme with the intent to cause her harm. Hicks was booked into the Brevard County Jail, where she was released after a day behind bars.
What's hot cheese, anyways?
What
The cheese probably wasn't that hot anymore.
What are you in here for? There's hot cheese on a chicken 7-Eleven. Leave me alone.
Yeah. You better watch yourself, lady. I get some hot. If I find hot cheese in this cell, you're going down.
Oh, I gotta see this. Security camera footage. Nacho Cheese attack was recorded by the store.
You don't want to watch a girl throw anything. It's very depressing.
No, it's like,
oh man. Well, it was a good effort.
You're right. The story's probably better. The story's probably better than watching the video.
Yeah, your imagination is going to be far better than the reality of the situation.
Watch out, Cam Newton. Are you saying girls can't throw? Really, Nacho Cheese the first thing you think of if you're going to protect yourself in a 7-Eleven?
That's the first thing that I thought of. Yes, it really was. And then the chili was right next to it. The boats. I would just be filling boats and flicking it at people.
Not me, because you got to think of the
what else are you going to protect yourself with? Cans of beer, maybe?
Coffee would be the first line of defense. That stuff is piping hot all the time, and
comes out faster.
So the problem is you're going to have to worry about the chamber jamming.
You got the thermos with the pump on the top for the coffee, probably.
Yeah, but you don't need much. I mean, all you need is good 6 ounces, maybe 2-3 pumps. Sometimes, I don't know, it depends on the 7-Eleven. And it's been a while since I've gotten coffee at a 7-Eleven, but I'm sure they've upped their game.
The thing with coffee is when it hits you, though, it's very
it leaves. It wicks away.
Yes, it wicks away.
Yeah.
Where cheese is
it
very
stays
thick,
on you,
and it would just kind of stick to you like hot wax.
Continues to sizzle, but you never know the heat of the cheese. That's the problem. Sometimes you get 7-Eleven nacho cheese. The variables between 7-Eleven nacho cheese, sometimes, I mean, you're talking, I mean, it's like microclimates on the Central Coast, for God's sakes. Sometimes it's Morro Bay, sometimes it's Paso Robles.
Yeah.
You never know what the consistency of the heat of that cheese is going to be, So you're stuck. You know that the coffee's always going to be piping hot. So I go coffee one. I would try one of the sandwiches over the nacho cheese too, only because the sandwiches sometimes are kept in the little refrigerator box a little too long. Not long enough, not as long as they used to in the past. Like, you remember, you go to 7-Eleven, you can find a sandwich that's been there a couple weeks. They don't do that anymore. 7-Eleven ups their game when it comes to their deli case.
Still not that hard.
They've upped their game when it comes to the deli case. What do you mean it's still not that hard?
Well, I mean, it's bread. Bread doesn't get that hard.
Yeah, but if I get hit with a hard sandwich, though, I'm thinking, it's enough to stun me. This is why it stuns me, because I'm like, this moron's going to really try to attempt to thwart me with a sandwich, and then it hits me, and I'm like, wow, that actually hurt a lot more than I thought it was going to hurt.
Hi, you're on the air.
Good morning, guys. Hey, it's all about that 96-ounce Thor Hammer coffee cup.
Ah, yes. But you got to fill it up. Like, if stuff starts going...
You can fill it up or just beat somebody with it dry.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Just grab the cup and use that as the
Are we talking
weapon.
about that big, oversized one that's like Seth would hold a pot of coffee?
Seth has one of those.
Yeah.
He brings it into work every day.
Yeah, he does. You had one for a while.
Yeah, but mine was janky. God, it sucked. It was awesome because it was a big, it would hold half of a pot of coffee. But the problem with it was that the lid on the thing the seal on it eventually wore down. Like, I got 3 uses out of it, and then the seal popped off, and then it would spill everywhere because I'm sloshing around a half pot of coffee everywhere.
Should have been a weapon rather than a cup. Thanks for the call.
That was a Ross Dress for Less purchase for $5.99. Not money well spent.
There you go.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.